And that's a really cool thing about mindfulness is it actually can change the structure of and the function of our brains. And they've seen this on scans. We can actually see this from things as simple as just being more mindful in our day-to-day practice. And that's really the trick. Meditation is a thing and it's fantastic. I think sometimes when I hear meditation, I think that's something I don't have time for. But you know what I can do is I can be more mindful in my day to day, just in the ways that Steph was talking about. And so the quickest way to do this is just to be mindful about things that you're already doing, to just be aware, take a deep breath and kind of what's going on. And so we wanted to talk a little bit about that. So if we go to the next slide, Steph. Or sorry, Christy. So mindful practice. So just being aware and kind of setting a goal or kind of challenging yourself. How mindful are you right now? Just being honest with yourself when you're doing certain things, and how can you try to be a little bit more mindful moving forward? So eating is a great example. So if you have ever done what Stephanie was suggesting, that kind of sitting in front of the TV, munching on popcorn or ice cream or whatever the thing. Okay, so the next time, just say one time tomorrow or tonight, you're just gonna, be purposeful and just check in with yourself about what's happening. You're gonna take a deep breath. You're gonna notice how your body feels. You're gonna see if you can identify the feeling that you're having. You're gonna see kind of how your body feels. Where do you feel your feeling in your body? Are your hands and your feet really tingly? Do you feel really like weighted down and heavy, kind of stuck to the couch or the chair? Kind of where are you with that? Same thing with hygiene routines. One really kind of easy and terrific strategy for any kind of sort of mindfulness that we often kind of encourage with kids, but I think it's helpful for adults too. When you're having a hard time, the anxiety is starting to escalate, put your hands under really cold water. Grab a piece of ice and just hold on to it. And it seems so silly, but the cold that you feel in the hands actually will remind your brain that there's other parts of your body, and that it's going to remind all the things to kind of work, and it's going to put you back up here in this good prefrontal cortex to look around and recognize that maybe the thing that you're reacting to is not as scary, is not as sad as you thought it was. It's going to help you use all of your brain rather than having kind of that knee-jerk response. Hygiene routines, you're brushing your teeth, when you're washing your face, how does it feel? What are you hearing? Thinking about all of your senses. What does it taste like? And being aware of that. If you can do this with your commute, this is a great way to kind of get ready, kind of to turn on your day, and then kind of to turn it off on your way home from work, is to become aware during your commute, doing that on purpose. If you like to listen to music, or maybe there is, something on a Calm app or like a guided meditation. Maybe you just want to do, the rainbow drive when you're driving home. Can you find something that is all the colors of the rainbow, Roy G. Biv, on your way home? And just looking around safely, carefully, of course, if you're driving, but kind of doing those pieces. And again, you're just reminding your brain, your body, that you have all these senses, and that kind of being aware of that can be really helpful. And then finally, just wanted to kind of shout out to play and movement. So as adults, and as most of us are growing up, we kind of gradually start to stop playing. And so as adults, we get to this place that, we're looking at children playing sometimes and we don't get it. And it's because we haven't been practicing it. And so we just don't understand how play happens. And play is a really, really important part of what needs to happen for humans of all ages. And so if you think about, sometimes the delight that I see when some of our much older friends, grandparents, great grandparents are playing and really playing with infants and toddlers, part of that is that our elders have realized over time that we need to play, and that kids are really good at playing, and that's a lot of fun, and that we need to do that as humans. It's a great time to be more mindful, to try to check in and just do it on purpose. Do this thing on purpose and realize kind of the different pieces that are involved. If we go to the next slide. And then breathing. So breathing seems so simple, and we talk a lot about this, take a deep breath, do those pieces, but mindful breathing is really important for lots of different reasons. One, it's something that we have to do, and so we're already doing it, and so I like to multitask, and I know that we can't multitask as well as we think we can. Steph would remind me of that. But because we're breathing anyways, just doing it on purpose. And breathing is super special for this reason. because breathing is actually the only thing that we can do that will actually physically change kind of how our brain is working and help us get up into our prefrontal cortex. So when we breathe, when we take those good deep breaths, that's part of what we're doing to get from sort of this fight, flight, freeze, fawn response to this other space where we're accessing the rest of our brain. And that's why breathing is such a critical component. So again, finding this place and this awareness where we can try to, attend, be aware of a stimuli. We can take a deep breath, a few deep, nice deep breaths, and then respond creates a whole lot of power to make different choices, which is really cool.